Ooh, I'm live. Ooh, I just realized that our house light isn't on over here, so it's not like shining all bright in the background for us. No, it's fine. I don't really mind it. Hi. As we're talking about like all of our household lighting situations, lighting is like always one of those things. It either like helps or it hurts or it's in the way. Lighting's everything, apparently. So you guys, hello. I see 3 of you have already hopped in to come say hello to me. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. It is March 11th, 2020. I am reading for you all tonight from 8 to 9. She sometimes makes me do some overtime. And the person I am referring to, ooh, did you see that bright spotlight thing happen? That was cute. The person that I'm speaking to over here is my wife, Melissa. She is our moderator. She is the partner in crime. She is the person who chooses the questions to give me a little bit of variety in my life so that we're not reading the same type of question over and over and over again. If I didn't tell you already, my name is Abby. I run AV Tarot Reading. I also run a used tarot market on Etsy, AV Tarot Market. So both of them you'll have access to just because you came and joined me today. Just to let you know, I am a tough love style of tarot reader. So I tend to be very direct and I try to come from kindness. So I don't want to say anything too terribly asinine, but I do try to make it direct and to the point so that the message can be delivered in a quick and concise manner. I tend to be a bit more solution focused, or at least that's what I want to do today. I want to find solutions to these problems that we come to the cards with. So as normal, we're doing 6 card reads. I am going to stick to that. So I'm going to work really hard not to fly off on a left-hand tangent and try to do something else, because we can always book time later if there's something that we need to dive into. But yeah, when it comes to your questions, please feel free to type your questions into the comments and send them to the Melissa. She will select the ones that she feels drawn to that provides the variety that we're looking for. She doesn't go out of her way to skip anybody, but she does work to provide, like I said, variety and kind of how she's drawn, because the message that can be delivered per the question.
Rose said hi. Hey,
hi, Rose. I'll totally come in and say hi to you in just a second. But yeah, the whole point is that, you know, these messages as are drawn and as they are delivered can be good, not just for this person, but somebody else that might have the exact same situation or something similar that can also resonate and pull for anyone here, anyone that's going to see this weeks from now, anyone that's going to see this next year, maybe future you or future me who can come back and see what these things are. So I'm getting myself prepared. I'm getting my little aromas together. I have some new oils that I got while I was at the Northwest Tarot Symposium. One of them is Queen of Wands by, I forget actually the name of the company is her name. Oh, Ailyn, Ailynn. But yeah, she does a lot of ritual oils that I am now quite a fan of, but I want to mix a few things. So it's going to be like a witchy, oily concoction. My cards are going to be gross. Watch it. But I love fragrances. I love aromatherapy in relation to my work. It feels like it just drops me right into work mode and gets me all nice and prepared. But yeah, let me hop into comments because I want to say hi. I want to see who's here. Oh my goodness. Oh, my Rose, my dear sweet Rose, darling. I'm glad that you are here. Val, I see you. Crystal, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Is this a free reading today? Yep, Miss Sandrine. What you do is you type in your question into the comments. We are going to be pulling at random as the variety of questions provide. So yeah, I would love to see Melissa's face. Hey, we just got it. So that's why you hopped over here. That's the partner in crime. Let's see. Jennifer, hello, hello. Who else is here? I got an LJ. I saw that for a moment. Ivory. I see some faces that I remember. Oh, you guys. You sweet souls. You sweet souls. All right, so let me hop out of comments. Get all of my oils and stuff. And all of my aromas. And then we can get going. We can get flying on this. Ooh, is it a magic carpet ride? Now I need a whole new world playing in the background. Go Aladdin style. That would be freaking awesome. Okay, back to the banners so that I am not distracted by comments all evening, because otherwise I won't even progress forward. But yeah, oh yes, as the little thingy on the thing suggests, because I don't look at this very often, will you share this video with someone that you know, someone that you care for in your own group, to a friend. I'm gonna have some treats showing up at the kind of midsection of this video, this live stream today. So if you hang out with me the whole time, you'll get a little funzie from me to you, and you can also share that funzie around. But I'll be telling you all about it here in just a bit, so no worries. But yeah, I got 3 decks I'm going to be working with tonight. It is the Super Gold, Black and Gold Tarot. It's all nice, bright, shiny. I also have my Light Seers, if you've seen that one before. And I'm going to keep using my, where we go, Standard Rider-Waite. So we're going to be using these off and on. See how it goes. But I'm going to start shuffling. Whenever Melissa is ready, we're going to start pulling some cards for y'all. Yay! Ah, hi, Sweet Pea. How are you? Erica. Oh, I'm so glad to see your face, my dear. I love seeing these people. Oh, look at this. Abundance. Seeing those sitting in that proud state of all them cards or all them cups. That's me in this moment. All right, Jennifer, you have a question. I love that. Is there another job opportunity coming my way? Well, of course there is. There always is. But I know that we also want a little bit more specific, and I like to get specific. Oh, yeah, that's another question or a point, you guys. I love your questions. I love you asking your questions. The more specific you are with your questions, the more specific I can be with an answer. If it gets too vague, I may pass on your question because, you know, specifics is where it gets chewy. It's where it's good at. You want to know something specifically, let me know so I can answer it for you. But yeah, is there another job opportunity my way? And that's a good one. All right, my dear Jennifer, I'm feeling like I'm getting tuned into you. Is there another job opportunity coming your way? So I'm just feeling around, shuffling my cards. This is gonna be the last shuffle, and then we'll start pulling. Here we go. We're gonna use these gold ones with you. So let's see. Is there another job opportunity coming your way? Oh, my dear Sweet Pea. And the reason that I say it like that is because I'm excited for you. So a couple of the cards that I have is the Ace of Pentacles, the King of Cups. Where's that light at? There we go. And then the Lover's card. And so if we can see it, there we go. If we can see it, this first part of the read to me, if you're asking directly, is there another job opportunity? Yes. And it's a big yes, not even a little yes. The cool thing is, I think is gonna be, you're gonna have some options. So I don't even think it's just one. I think you're gonna have a couple options available to you. And then that Empress is telling me that you might get to have to marinate on it a little bit, might have to think about what option would be most suited to you, most productive for you, most in alignment with the goals and the dreams and the ambitions and the life that you have for yourself. And then that King of Wands, regardless of what happens, hon, you're going to make the best decision for you. So that is, it's not even a question. Will there be another job? Yeah, very much so. Usually when it comes to Wands and Pentacles, those kind of situations mean soon. So how soon? That's, timing questions. I love doing timing questions for you, but we save those for the one-on-one reading so we can kind of pinpoint down to maybe a particular month that looks good for you, and maybe help you kind of find some soothe the road a little bit so that they can come to you a little bit faster even. But yeah, with those Lovers in there with the Ace of Pentacles, this thing is coming to you pretty quickly, my dear. So no worries. Yes, there's another job opportunity. It's not even a question, Sweet Pea. You're trying to make that big decision. Ooh, what's the big decision?
What's that job?
Oh, man, with the job. Got it. Okay. Thank you so much, Jennifer. Yes, a new one will be coming. It's not even a question. Oh, wow. Hello. I'm so glad that you came to hang out with me. I'm silly. I'm a little rambunctious. Sometimes I don't make sense, and I sometimes put my foot in my mouth. So you might be able to laugh at me tonight, too. I was told today that he will never be in a relationship with me. Will he change his mind? Wow. I was told today that he will never be in a relationship with me. I want to know who said that to you. Did he say he will never be in a relationship with you, or did some heifer say that he'll never be in a relationship with you? Let's see. Will he change his mind? All right, LJ, let's see what's up. Will he change his mind? What's going on there? Be in a relationship with you. Will he change his mind? I have learned, something that I have learned is that when somebody tells you something about themselves, a person tells you something about themselves, it's a good idea to believe them. So if he said he will never be in a relationship with you, for now, it's good to believe him. And if somebody else said that, well, you might want to question their motives. Now, let's see. All right, last shuffle. All right, what's this? What's this? What's this? Will he change his mind? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What's up?
I was going to give you some more insight on that.
Ooh, I'd love some.
I don't want to throw you off.
No.
The same person.
I've always dated. He was my first at 15. And my hair is in my eyes and I can't read. And he's been the only man in my life. He said today he can't see himself being with me in a relationship. Will he change his mind? Gotcha. Okay. He said it. He said it. He said it. Will he change his mind? Will he change his mind? My first inclination is because he knows that you've been with women, that is kind of a roadblocker for him. It feels like thinking about looking at your cards and thinking about the situation. It feels like he is nervous that you would leave him to go back to women is the feels that I'm getting. Part of that is because I have the King of Cups along with the Hermit and the Lovers. So to me, that's talking about a little bit, it's like, yeah, this person cares about you, but kind of cares about you on the, not the deep-seated, rooted level. It's more of like, yeah, I care about you because we have history. Oh gosh, I wouldn't even call it family. It's like there's this weird levels to relationships that he cares enough. He doesn't want to see you hurt. He doesn't want to see you down and out, but I don't think he cares enough to take the risk to get back into a relationship with you. The 5 of Swords is another card that showed up for me. So to me, that's usually like hardships and struggles along with like unfairly won battles. And then the 2 of Swords is usually a rock and a hard place when it comes to making a decision. I am blowing out the camera, so we may have to switch cards on this one. With the last one being the 5, 6, 7 of Pentacles. That's what that is. Pinnacle, that particular card is usually about patience. So with this situation, I feel like you're waiting for him. Like you're hoping that he's going to change, even though we're talking about this, even though he told you. I feel like there's still an aspect of you that is hoping he'll change his mind. My sweet soul, my dear sweet LJ, if I could help you with anything, it's to believe him when he says right now he doesn't see himself in a relationship with you. I think it'd be in your best interest as an invitation to believe what he has told you and progress forward from here. Now, if for some reason the worlds collide, skies part, oceans, do their thing, as I hit my plant. I have a little plant over here I just beat with my hand, my poor plant. If these things occur, great, then allow it. But as of right now, he told you something that's very important, and it is a really good idea to listen to him, because right now his emotions are where they're at. He is looking at being by himself, or at least not in relation to you, like the Hermit and the Lovers together. It's like that partnership, not so much. The feeling of it is that there's a touch of insecurity with that nervousness of like, you've always dated women. He feels like that's where you're at. That's where you're gonna be. That's where you're gonna stay. Even if you two get together, there's that secondary thought of his. It's like, what if you get interested in that person again or someone else again? So, honey, sweet pea, believe him. Believe him. I don't think he's gonna change his mind, at least not anytime soon. Sweet pea. So, my dear Bernadette, will you get will getting a second job hurt my relationship? I'm gonna switch cards because as much and as gorgeous as these glossies are, they're blowing out the camera. So let's not keep doing that. So I'm gonna put you away. My desk is so cluttered right now. Oh my gosh. Let's put you here. Okay. Bernadette, will getting a second job hurt the relationship? Let's find out. Will getting a second job hurt the relationship? I'm shuffling until I get the feel goods that I can get the info I'm looking for. Okay, sweet pea. Let's pull. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't feel like it's going to hurt your relationship in a bad way. It's going to make you shift the dynamic of the relationship. So I don't feel like it's going to like hurt it to the point where you guys decide to split up, but it's more just like, oh, now we have to reevaluate how we're going to spend time together, how we're going to continue, what do you call it? In communion, in tandem, and how do we stay connected when there's less time available to be a couple. So the cards that I have for you, which I'll show, I have the 8 of Wands. See, no blowout there. Yay. Ace of Wands with the 10 of Cups. So I love that 10 of Cups along with the Ace of Cups. So to me, that's just the high energy around you getting another job, the high energy of what's going on in the relationship. I have the World along with the King of Pentacles. So to me, this is just the practicality of you taking care of house, home, and family, with that last card being Judgment. So this would be the only one that gives me that question. This is that card that talks to me about if you let the relationship fall apart, then it will. If you let your connection wane, then yes, it will be damaging to your relationship. So it's like you have to do a little bit of extra work to stay connected, to decide that we're staying connected regardless of what happens with the job. And, you know, setting up date nights, setting up ways to stay romantic, setting up ways that you two can stay in connection together while you're working the second job. 2 other cards hopped out for us though, the Knight of Wands along with the Hierophant. I think you getting the job or you getting a second job is in your best interest for you, yourself, your family. So I would definitely continue to do that, and then just work on the invitation is to work on manners in which you can stay connected, stay cute, stay romantic, stay stay in date mode with your relationship, even with the second job. So I think you'll be fine, sweet pea, but definitely don't let it fall. Don't let it slip away. Don't let it fall apart. Work on it, my dear. All right. Thank you so much, Bernadette. I appreciate that question. Let me get shuffling again while Melissa works on another question for me. She's looking. Rachel, we did our first IUI yesterday. Will we be successful this round? I don't want to get my hopes up, but I have a strong feeling we will have a winter baby. April would still put us at that range. I'm so open to when the universe throws a baby our way. I bet you are. Oh my goodness. Let's take a peek, because I've not done a whole lot of like, will this pregnancy take questions, or will this situation, am I pregnant? Like, have I just conceived? I've not done very many have I just conceived questions. So let's just see what shows up. So what do we need to know about it? What do we need to know? Has she conceived? Has she conceived? And you just did that yesterday? Just did it yesterday. Will it keep? Has she? All right, let's see what shows up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So let's see. I have the 4 of Pentacles along with the 4 of Cups, and then the Page of Swords. So the second bit that I have for you is the King of Swords along with the 3 of Pentacles and the 5 of Cups. 5 of Cups is that one. I'm inclined to think that it didn't take, but the thing is, we don't know until we know. So let's just err on the side of like hopeful optimism, right? Like, let's not go ahead and paint the baby room, but let's like, okay, now we've done the round. Let's continue to bask in the feel goods of you doing this effort, you taking this time, you getting in touch with yourself, you spending time by yourself. Bask in that feeling of warmth and pregnancy and have that joy of having this successful. And let's see if that would actually, just kind of like, pad the nest? What if it would like open the doors and pad the nest for this to actually take? It's my hope for you that it does. I'm not 100% certain that it will, but it was just yesterday. So like, let's actually wait until making like a judgment call until we know. Because that kind of is one of those situations like, despite what's going on here, let's just wait and see. But yeah, so that's like a half answer. All right, Jamie, should I continue on with schooling? I want to use my other cards. Let's use these. I'm going to hop over to my Rider-Waite's. and see what shows up for you, sweet pea. So Jamie, should I continue on with schooling? Why are you nervous about continuing on with schooling? Should we continue on with schooling? Should we continue on with schooling? Jamie. Last shuffle. Should we continue on with schooling? Whoop. I have cards that are flying out for us. That's fun. Should we continue on with schooling? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my goodness. Okay, so the reason I'm saying oh my goodness is that I love that you have mostly like major arcana cards. So I have the Lovers for you, along with Strength and the Empress. So that definitely feels like the situation of you being in school. I feel a little bit of insecurity and fears surrounding you doing the process of going back to school. I'm wondering if it's like in relation. Oh, what does it feel like? It feels like you sometimes question maybe your intelligence level or your capacity to be able to finish school. I wonder if that's actually where it's at, because that's kind of where like at the ding is it for me, is like, I wonder if you're doubting your capacity to finish. Will you finish? Like you want to know that you'll have the successful outcome, that you'll get the degree, that you will land the job. You want to have all these no's, all these things that you want to know. You want to have them all figured out ahead of time before you kind of commit to this process of finishing school. The Nine of Pentacles, though, to me is like you finding your process, you're finding your method, you're finding your way, you're getting all your ducks in a row, you're patting your nest. We're going to say that again. And then the the Star is kind of that center focus of attention, of time. At least for me in this situation, it feels like that center focus of time and attention. Should you continue with schooling? I mean, so long as you feel like schooling is in your best interest, so long as you feel like you can be more of yourself by being in school and gaining what you do gain from going to school, then I don't see why not. Because from what I'm having here, it's just a little bit of insecurity, a little bit of nervousness, but not a like, oh, don't do it. It's just you're a little bit nervous right now, but it's nothing. It's not, school is school is tough. Don't worry about being nervous. I mean, everyone gets nervous at time to time. I'm looking at the cards that hopped out for you as well. There's nothing there that's telling me that you shouldn't go to school. It's just trying to stay confident and stay okay, stay inspired to go. Sweet pea, I wish I knew more about your situation as to why you're so nervous about going or continuing with schooling, but I don't see why you shouldn't. Go ahead and keep going, dear. Go ahead and keep going. Thank you so much for that question, Miss Brandy. All right, Natasha, what do we have for you? Will I be in a loving relationship? I've never really had one. Well, the answer to that question is yes, of course, if we allow it. It's always available to us. More specifically, a boyfriend with the eventual husband. Will you? Is that something that you want? If it is, then yes, you can. Will I be in a loving relationship? Yeah. That's everything that I'm hearing is just, yep. Not even a question mark, just yep. Let's see if we can get a little bit more as to what can we do to speed that up? There we go. What can we do to speed that up? Because I know you wanted it yesterday. You wanted it months ago. You wanted it last year. What can we do to speed that up? All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. First thing I'm feeling is that you also don't have a whole lot in the way of examples of what good functioning relationships look like. So I feel like you're attracting or you're attracted to people who don't really treat you well, that don't have your best interest at heart. I wouldn't be surprised if you've had some users, is literally the word that shows up for me, because I have the 6 of Pentacles, which is sometimes about that give and take. The 4 of Cups is, being acutely aware or missing the point, essentially. It's like you have these 3 cups. These are the only 3 cups that you're focused on. You're missing the point. There is this other cup that's available to you. And then the 9 of Wands is usually this wounded warrior. He's a bit pummeled. Relationships has got him down over time. You do have the King of Swords along with the 6 of Cups and then the 5 of Wands. There we go. So 6 of Cups, King of Wands, 5 of Wands. No, King of Swords. I'm going to get these terms right eventually. Sweet Pea, I feel like you have options available around you. I feel like you're having a hard time seeing them or allowing yourself to be open to them. So I know you're sitting here probably like, yeah, I'm open. But if you're getting to the point where you're desperate, that can sometimes be a repulsive, like it can repel people instead of open the road for people. So as a suggestion, as an invitation to kind of open the road and kind of, grease the tracks, essentially grease the tracks so they just land in your room is work on this self. Work on your self love, your commitment in your relationship with yourself first. If there's any aspect to yourself that feels insecure, if there's any aspect to yourself that feels nervous or shy, work on the internals. Become the type of person okay, so I remember when I was younger, and I realized after I wrote down exactly what kind of person I wanted to be in a relationship with, I realized very quickly that that person would not be attracted to me as I was at that moment. And so that started a long path of taking care of these nuances about myself that needed to be mended, these wounds that needed to be healed, these thought processes and philosophies and state of being that needed to be tended to so that the person that I wanted could be attracted to me, could see me. And I ended up getting this person over here. I'm married now. I was married now. But I feel like for me personally, because I also had, from experience, honey, I had that repeat pattern of attracting people that were not well suited. And so I had to work on self first before something that was better suited can show up for me. As a little invitation and wisdom from an Abby to a Natasha. But yes, if you're wanting to know, which you are, is will it ever happen? Yes, it will. No worries there. Now, when it will happen when you've worked on this, my dear. All right, Taylor. Hi. You pulled some cards for me a few months ago. And I want to say that you were so on point. About a specific person holding me back and being dot. That's what I want to know. But that is so amazing. I'm glad that I could be on point for you because I really do like hearing how these readings work out for you over time. To me, that's where it really matters. It's like I can give you pretty stories being toxic, and I just want to thank you for seeing that, and I will let go and did what was best for me. That I let it go. There we go. I'm so glad that you did that. So thank you, Taylor. I'm glad you took care of yourself, which is so important. And anybody that comes back, anybody that's getting a reading tonight, feel free to, somebody messaged me, what was it, yesterday that they let me know that a reading that I gave for them was another one that was like on point. It gave them a little bit of clarity. They were able to make some decisions from there. I love hearing how these readings work out for you over time because I can tell you pretty stories until we're blue in the face. But to me, where it really matters is that these are useful, that they're accurate, that they're true for you, and that we've landed something and we've learned something. That to me is so important. So thank you so much for letting me know. Erica. Hi, Erica. I know I said your name all weird because I used to fall in love with, was it not Real Housewives, it was like Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. And the lady used to say the name Erica so cutely that I just loved it. But anyway, what direction will my life be headed this month? What direction? It's a little bit vague, honey, so I don't know if we'll get a whole 10, but let's see what shows up. Like the thing says, you can totally like and follow me on Facebook. Shameless plug, yay. All right. What direction will your life be headed this month? What direction? It feels like a work in progress, huh? 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. What direction? You're a mixed ball of wax for me today, my dear. And I say that because I have the 4 of Pentacles along with the 4 of Wands. So it's like being neurotic and nervous, but having a good time, being out in the cold, having lots of options, kind of decision fatigue, a little bit nervous, trying to keep your momentum and your ambitions up while feeling like the world is coming to an end. Honey, why are we all over the place? Oh my goodness. Where is your life headed this month? I feel like right now it's being dominated by the things that you're thinking about incessantly. So, where is it going? You know what I would suggest, because of what I'm seeing right here, that is where that's where your life is heading this month. It is a little bit chaotic and a little bit in a spiral. So if you want to hop out of that spiral, we need to find the focus point. We need to find something to concentrate on that can direct your time and your attention, instead of allowing it to kind of spin cycle on you, and you end up getting into these rabbit holes where you think you're all going to die. Like, let's back out of that. So what is something that you can do to give yourself a focus? I find personally journaling is the biggest thing that's helpful for me. Like writing down whatever the race is that's going on in my mind, getting it on paper gets rid of it for me, so that I can then focus on what I actually want to shift, what I actually want to change. Maybe that's something that you can do. Is there any projects that you've been putting on the back burner? Is there any self-work that you've been meaning to do that you've not really spent the time in learning about, like your shadow self, or any other work that you need to kind of dig into? Like there's so many things that you can do, but this spin cycle, honey, is not where it's at, or at least not in the continued growth and evolution that I feel like you may be looking for yourself. So we got to find you a focus point, my dear, instead of the spin cycle. But yeah, I want to leave that part to be your question. Thank you, Erica. Thank you, Erica. You're a Virgo, so that explains everything. I bet it does, honey. Oh, I bet it does. Yeah, let's find you a focus point, and I think you'd feel better. Shonda, my dear. Aw, I met her daughter at the last day of Rabbit Pantry the other week. She's the cutest little thing. Oh, I gotta love her face. But thank you so much for my hair. The wife likes to make sure that my hair is together, because if it was left to my own devices, it'd be like pulled out here, it'd be fluffy over there. It'd be all over the place. It would be, because I turn around a lot, and so I don't know what this side of me looks like ever. And so she helps me. All right. So will I have a successful art career and have a regular income month after month by selling my artwork? The first thing I heard was that there needs to be more exploration on the business end of art. So the first thing, I mean, it's totally possible and capable, because art is so subjective. It's not about being good enough. It's usually getting the business elements of art together first. And so that is something that I would, as an invitation from an Abby to you, to explore a little bit more in depthly, is the business end of it. And now I've just messed myself up and flipped my cards around. Let's see if we can get a shuffle in, my dear. Let's see. Will I have a successful? What else do we need to know? What else do we need to know? There we go. I heard something, or I'm listening to something, or had an idea about yeah, I need to figure out the language, because it's not really a hearing. It's kind of like a memory that shows up, but it's not my memory. So it's like there's something there, and I'm trying to piece it together for you. But what it was about was someone taking advantage of someone's naivete. So you educating yourself on the business end of art will prevent other people from taking advantage of you, and you end up losing money because you don't need to be desperate or anything, and you don't want to appear desperate so that, you know, predators can take advantage of you, honey. So anyway, I'm about to pull some cards. I promise we're about to pull some cards. You're not gonna get a lecture. No lectures. Okay. What else do we need to know? Okay, sweet pea. Part of my cards are flipped. Here we are. So the bits that I have the Hermit for you, along with the Queen of Cups, and then the Five of Cups. So to me, the first off is this deep artistic sensitivity that's about you in relation to your art. I feel like you're very focused on, or not very focused. I'm feeling that you're very focused right now on this tendency that people have to put their artwork up and then it's not for sale, or that doesn't sell, or they put their artwork up and then it gets stolen. It puts their artwork up, like all of the downsides of the art world, downsides of selling art. Like I feel like you're very aware, probably because your community has talked about it quite a bit. And so it's leaving you a little bit nervous and a tiny bit gun shy. A Page of Cups with the World, and then the Magician. Oh, let me actually show you. So Page of Cups, I have the World. Oops. last bit is the magician. So you totally have it in you to make it a full-time career. I mean, yes, you can. The Page of Cups to me is about being a student, though. So my suggestion in the invitation is to find a mentor, find someone who has done this, find a model, find someone, not like a model for artwork, but like find a person who has done exactly what you want to do, get to know them, and learn from them, see what they're doing, ask them about the business end of it, ask them what they do, figure out places where you can get your art shown, figure out more exposure for your art. But I feel it just seems like getting the business end of it, understanding that element of it, how it functions back on the back end, not just the exposure, not just the Instagramming, not just the, the outward show and tells with the sparklies and the glitter, like not just that part, like get the back end of it and find someone that can show you how to do that has done this job before. So not just someone who says they can do it, find someone who has done it, who's you can almost verify because of their placement in your community or their status as an artist, that they're doing it full time, and you can see that they're doing it full time while making full time income. I mean, anything is possible, huh? We just got to sometimes think outside of the box on how to get there. But yes, my dear. All right, let me get shuffling. Woo! Yes. All right. Madeline. I love that, Smith. I went through a bad breakup. Should I allow him to stay around for the kids? Oh, goodness. That's quite a question, my dear. Let's see what shows up for you. Went through a bad breakup. I'm sorry it was so hard on you, my dear. When you start like tapping into like breakup energy, it just pulls on your heartstrings, because I think a lot of us have been there. We've been through bad breakups and your heart getting yanked out and feeling like it's split in half. And the funniest thing you do, I don't know if you've ever had this experience, but as this person over here, I've had breakups where it's kind of self-destructive breakup. It's like they hurt your feelings, they broke your heart, and then the only person that can make it better is them. And it's just, oh, I understand. I'm sorry. Should I allow him to stay around for the kids? Should I allow him to stay around for the kids? Let's see. Should she allow him to stay around for the kids? Ooh. I feel like if you do that, there's this propensity for things to get a bit muddied. So the terms and conditions of the breakup won't stay in place if you do that, because it just gets muddy and a little sloppy when that happens. 3, 4. Okay. So I'm going to say this as a preemptive cautionary tale, my dear. So the cards that I have for you is the Hierophant, along with the Judgment, and the Knight of Swords. So I feel like there's an aspect to this breakup that feels like, I don't know if it's from him or from you, that kind of feels like this decision was made a little hastily. And even though all of the signs, all of the symptoms, everything that was here was supposed to happen, this is the breakup that was supposed to happen. There's that feeling that it wasn't supposed to happen yet. Like it's not now, not until, not now is kind of the feeling that I'm having off of it. So I have the 9 of Pentacles for you, along with the 3 of Swords, and then the 6 of Pentacles. Staying around for the kids, I keep feeling like it's going to get muddy if you do that. And when it comes to breakups, if there is a part of you that wants to get back together in relationship with this person, then I almost feel like it is in your best interest to separate from them. Because when you keep trying to not make it work, but accidentally make it work, like it gets muddy. Like boundaries don't get clear. You don't move on. Nobody gets to heal. You don't actually get to do any of the actual breakup work that is necessary to grow, and to like if you are going to get back together, you're never gonna, because y'all guys never actually split up to begin with, kind of thing. So should you allow him to stay around for the kids? I feel like a half yes for the kids, but not in the standard way in which you're thinking. So it's figuring out another method, another alternative, so that your boundaries are clear, so that you guys have very clear expectations of what's going to happen. So probably it's like suggestion is like have if it's like a visitation thing, because you guys had these children together, it's like have somebody else bring the kiddos to go see him. Have Aunt Jacqueline meet them at McDonald's at the play place, and you stay home, like stay separated so that the boundaries can stay clear, so that your heart can actually recover from this and not continue to throw out little cords to like pull him back in, or he to throw out cords that pulls them back to you. That whole stuff. So the whole point is to make this a clear, clean, boundary-ridden breakup and not allow it to get muddied back up again. But if these are his children and you're trying to make the best decision about like, do I keep you in contact with the kids, then you can totally do that. You can totally keep that relationship with them going. Just have somebody else kind of help facilitate, is what I would say, my dear. And I'm sorry that you had a bad breakup, because that's nothing easy, nothing fun to go through. It's 8:40. We forgot to do something. Oh.
Someone said it went mute on them, but only one person said
Oh, okay. Do let me know, because we've heard that I'm not, it's gone mute on them. So do let me know if you can hear me, because I want to make sure that I'm not just speaking randomly with my head cough. Went mute on me. So I needed this confirmation. The boundaries part is the main thing. I don't want to hurt the kids, but it hurts me. Understood completely. And usually in that situation, I would just say have somebody help facilitate, so that the relationship, the breakdown doesn't have to affect the children as profoundly as if, oh, good. I'm glad you can hear. I'm glad you can hear. So thank you. Yeah. Do we have the little pop-up for it? She's someone's lost on the job today. No, it's okay. And life happens. It doesn't always have to be perfect. I am actually going to hop out of comments. So I'm about to call you all ladies. Not all of y'all are ladies. So my apologies there. I am doing something for you all, just as a I love yous from Abby's to all of my people in my Wonderland. I want to give you today a special discount on everything that I have on my store right now. So for the next 3 days, I am offering you all the promo code AVLOVE01 for 20% off anything in my store on Etsy. And that is just for my people. It's just for you. That is anything in the store. So it can be cards, it can be crystals, it can be jewelry. It's anything in that store. All of it's 20% off. Anything in there. So I'm going to have that promotion be live for the next 3 days. So that means from this moment all the way until Saturday. So if you ever wanted to get anything in there, if you've ever wanted to get something, I strongly suggest that you use that promo code AVLOVE01, because I'm sure I'll do this again for you, to purchase anything in the store. And it's in the Etsy store is AV Tarot Market, and you can access it through the link on this post. But also just go to Etsy and type in AV Tarot Market, and it will be there. I'm the only AV Tarot Market. So it'll be super easy to find. So remember, 20% off discount, anything in the store, just for you lovely sweet souls in this live stream. That's it for the news and updates. Oh yeah, we got to warm up and do our flash readings. Is there anything else we need to know? I know those who follow me knew that I went to the Northwest Tarot Symposium, which was insane and amazing, and I had so much fun. I cannot wait to show and to share the things that I'm going to be shifting and elevating. The whole game plan is to level the business up, right? So level this up. I'm considering opening different platforms in which you can have access to me, access to readings, access to time, learning, and education. So I'm chewing on a whole bunch of things in the works, y'all. But I'll keep y'all up to date on all of it. So no worries at all. But if I hear correctly, it is now time to set up and do our flash reading. So what our flash readings are is so that we can get the quick amount of people in a short amount of time. I am pulling one card. So Melissa will pull a question. I will pull one card. I'm listening to my intuition and whatever shows up for us. And I'm giving the reading as quick as I can and concisely as I can. So this just takes care of like everybody else as quickly as possible. So I'm going to shuffle and Melissa's going to pull that first question. We'll get started. Alrighty. Let's see. Shuffle. There you go. All right. Will Jay and I reconnect and make things official? Ooh. Will Jay and you connect and make things official? What is this? Make things official. Ace of Pentacles. Well, I think you will reconnect. My concern, though, is that it's a pinnacle. So a pinnacle is usually really slow when it comes to timing. So I wouldn't be surprised if you guys do reconnect. I don't think it's going to be the way that you had hoped for, though. So the official part is where the question mark is. So as of right now, I'd say yes to the reconnect portion. The make it official part, I'm not so sure on that one, especially since it showed up reversed for us. It's either really, really slow or not going to be the make it official. But I think there will be a reconnection in there. My dear. Thank you so much for that question, Xavier. Me and the boyfriend are back together and mobbing. Mobbing. I was like, oh, mobbing. What are we doing now? Me and my boyfriend are back together and moving back in together. How will it work? How will it work? Let's see. How will it work? Let's get a card. How will it work? There we go. How will it work? La-di-da, la-di-da-di-da. Justice card. Okay, so for me, Sweet Pea, I'm concerned that this is going to happen again for you. Is there anything that you can put in place? Is there any stipulations, any conversations that you can put in place now as to what is acceptable behavior out of this situation, what is not? Where is your, have you decided where your deal breaker is? Justice for reverse for me is just like when shit hits the fan again. And I don't want that to happen to you because I remember a little bit about what we talked about. I remember that it wasn't anything fun for you. So I would suggest that you two have that conversation. You get very clear about what your non-negotiables are in this relationship and where your deal breaker is. So in case it shows up that you either deal with it right there in that moment, nip it in the bud right now, and don't let things fester. Don't let things fester and get out of hand again, my dear. Thank you. All right, let's see. I wanted to start back painting and opening my own art gallery. Is that the right path for me? I definitely think the painting thing is because it feels like it gives yourself a connection to yourself. That's almost like your connection to God when you're painting. Like you feel like connected to source, like that whole creative energy for you. That is like divine connection, you know? So that part I definitely feel you definitely should be doing. Now, the opening my own art gallery, is that the right path for you? Is that best suited? I feel like there's something else, but let's see what's up. The Hierophant. So let's see. He was reversed originally, the Hierophant. I feel like my camera is blurry. Sorry if I'm all blurry, you all. So the Hierophant reversed. I don't think that the opening the gallery part is going to be in perfect alignment. I think it's something that you should participate in, like participate in gallery showings, participate in gallery events, opening your own gallery. Unless you got the business end of it spot on, I would wait on the opening your own gallery part. But I would participate first because I feel like there's still more that needs to be learned. There's still more that you need access to. There's still more that needs to be obtained before you do the process of getting your own art gallery. But thank you so much for that question, though. Ooh, I like all the art questions. That's so fun. Am I going to settle down? Are you? Desmond, you know, that's one of those questions where it's like, am I going to wake up tomorrow? Are you? It just leaves me question you. Are you going to settle down? Do you want to? I mean, that's always the question. Do you want to? Let's see if this shows up for you, though. Are you going to settle down? You can. You could. You're nervous. Why are you I don't want to. I'm saying too much. Okay. Yes, you can settle down. Are you going to? Not likely. I feel like you still have a bit of fears that you're working through that you probably wouldn't tell anybody unless they kind of got, you know, when you spend too much time protecting yourself, so you have that hard, thick layer that someone has to chisel through first before they get a chance to see your heart. So while yes, you have the ability, you have the capability to settle down, you ain't letting anybody pass that center pinnacle. See, that's where your heart is. But there's that big old barrier right there in front of it. So not right now. That's as much as it is. Not right now. Will my daughter get high school diploma having multiple disabilities? Oh, will my daughter get a high school diploma? Okay, let's see. One card. Will my daughter get a high school diploma? High school diploma. Does she want the high school diploma? That's the question that I think. I'm wondering if the high school diploma is for you or for her. Let's see. I know it's something that you want for her, but does she want that for herself? Let's see. Whoop, there we go. What's this one? Aw, son. So there's only like 2 or 3 like super high flying yes cards in this whole set, and the sun is one of them. That's the super uber high yes. So yes, my dear, I don't think she's gonna have well, she's gonna have her problems, but I think she's gonna get the diploma. So however she's gonna work that out, she's gonna get it worked out. So no worries. Thank you so much for that question, Val. All right, see. My love and I were friends for years before deciding to take it to the next level. Do you think we made the right decision about being in a relationship, or should we have stayed only being friends? We've been together for 3 years now. Hun, it almost seems like it doesn't even matter. You've been together for 3 years. You're doing something right. Let's see. Why are we worried? Yeah, you took it to the next level. You're together for years. Huh. I'm trying to see if I'm misunderstanding the question, because to me, it's like you already got it all worked out. It's all like, it's obviously working. Like, my love and I were friends for years before deciding to take it to the next level. Do you think we made the right decision about being in a relationship, or should we have stayed only being friends? We've been together for 3 years now. What card is this? 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands. I think you're fine. The 8 of Wands is probably speed and sometimes being a little fast, but there's nothing, I don't feel a thing that feels out of sorts about it. There's nothing here that says it feels out of sorts about it. Why are you questioning it? That would probably be the question that I would have for you, is like, why are we questioning the relationship? What's happening that's making you question the relationship and ask questions directly to that? That would be the suggestion. Because I think the relationship's fine, but why are we questioning it? That'd be my question.
This is Ray.
Ray! Oh, sorry, that was way loud. I'm sorry if I blew everyone's like eardrums out. Oh, is the error that you made fixable? Okay, let's see. I'll have Melissa tell me later. So is the error that you made fixable? I think I see it. All right, let's see. Is the error you made fixable? Oh, Ray, it's so good to see you. I hear lots about you, but I don't get to see you. So, is the error you made fixable? Oh, you're nervous. Here you go. All right. Is it fixable? Oh, yes, it's fixable. So whatever it is between you and the whatever it is, it's fine. Don't even worry about it. Rest on it is the kind of the feeling. Lovers is usually 2 things that are coming back together in communion or tandem or in partnership or in agreement. Yeah, it'll be fine. Yes, it's fixable. It'll be fine. All right. Can you please tell me if it's right time to start a family? Is it a right time to start a family? I don't think there's ever a right time to start a family, honestly, and not in the way like don't ever start a family. It's just, things are always going to be strange. Things are always going to be different and difficult and hard and weird and awesome and amazing and not all at the same time. So it's like family tends to start whether you like it or not. But let's see if we pull a card and see what their best judgment is. My neck just popped. That was fun. It felt good though. It was like, pop. Oh! Oh, look at that. Start one tonight. Oh. Start your family. All right, let's get another question. We still have a little bit of time in there. Oh, I know you always be telling me to connect with my higher self, but I'm unaware, feeling stuck on how to do so. What suggestions would you recommend? Higher self. I love that question. What suggestions would I recommend? Find something that works for you, because like for me, meditation, while it feels good and it's nice and all, it's not a direct conduit. I don't feel elevated when I meditate. I feel elevated in connection and direct like communion with my higher self, with source when I'm writing. And so that's one for me. Some people feel it when they're in the bathtub. So sometimes water is a nice conduit. It feels like, one, it's great for electricity. And so why not like direct connect to your higher self in that way? I would figure out or think of, even if it's just like strategizing on paper, think of where you naturally feel amazing at, where you naturally feel at peace at, and then follow that. That'll be like your cursor, that will be your clue as to what works for you. So like for me, like I just mentioned, meditation doesn't work, but music does. Music is one of those wonderful ones for me. Find music. Smell is another one that does it for me. A suggestion, if you're having a hard time, I was just writing at first, just because it gets you thinking, or at least for me, it got me thinking on one train of thought at one time instead of bouncing all over the place is the idea. Yeah, reach out to me, darling. We can chew through that some more, because that's just basically like experience based. So you and I can talk about that. So yeah, feel free to reach out to me about it, Rose. All right, Nicole, starting over for the third time in the last 8 years. Now I'm a mother. Yay! Is my life heading in the right direction this time around? I don't think there's such thing as a wrong direction. 8 of Wands. What was that other card? Knight of Wands. Okay. Whatever it is you're doing, it kind of like it has this like put, like you're doing it but stopping, starting and stopping. So I wouldn't be surprised if like right when you get some momentum going, something happens and you kind of roadblock it, or it gets roadblocked, or it hits a brick wall, you know? So is your life heading in the right direction? Only if it, like, what's your goals? That, I guess that's the other question, or that's a question that I have for you is, have you defined what your goals are? Your life will be heading in the right direction per se when it's in alignment with that goal. Now, if you don't know what your goal is, then nobody can tell you if you're going in the right direction. Think of your life like Google Maps. You are, you are always able to get exactly where you want to go, so long as you know where you want to go first. Put your goal in first, and then Google Maps can tell you how to get there, and then you'll know if you're on the right path or not. Carla, oh, you're a surrogate. The first try ended in a miscarriage. I'm sorry to hear that. The second didn't stick. Will the next attempt work and stick? Oh, we just talked about this. I'll pull one card, but let's just see what shows up, because I don't want you to put your hopes or pin your hopes on this pregnancy sticking. Oh, I feel like you're like, if this one doesn't work, we're going to stop doing this kind of thing. Well, where was the question at? This third attempt stick. There you go. Will it stick? What is this? The Emperor. The Emperor. I'm inclined to think that, hey, I don't think it will. But I don't think it's your fault. So I want you to be very careful and very clear about your place of responsibility in this. I don't feel like it's your fault if it doesn't stick. Like, I almost feel like a genetic component. Like, you know how some pregnancies self-terminate when the wires don't come together, the code doesn't land up right. I don't feel like this is your fault. So I don't think you should blame yourself if this one doesn't stick. As of right now, it doesn't feel like it is, but honey, wait until you know. Just wait until you know, because a tarot card reader saying yes or no is nothing. Like, wait until the stick turns blue, honey. Otherwise, you can pee on the cards and see if that'll work. I know, babe. Melissa's like, all right. Well, me and the guy in Toronto work out, and will our business I'm building be recognized to the level I see? Okay, so I'm going to split it up in half, and we're going to pick one of them. So will the guy I'm seeing in Toronto work out? Let's do the Toronto. When we ask for questions, you all, I appreciate it when you just do one question at a time, because otherwise I have to split your question up, and I don't think I'll get back to the other question just as of yet. So will it work out? Will that relationship work out? Will the relationship work out? Judgment. Judgment. I don't think it's gonna, like, okay, so it feels fun. It has feels. What am I thinking? It feels complicated in ways that it doesn't necessarily have to be, but right now the two of you are figuring it out and figuring out how it's going to work and how it's going to come together. I'm not, as of right now, as of right this second, you know, things can change. So this is just as of right now, it doesn't feel like it's going to get to us dating, moving in together, getting married, having family kind of thing. Like, it feels like right now we're figuring it out. We're having those conversations. We're getting to know each other. We're figuring out what our lives look like in tandem with each other. But getting together and having the fairy tale thing. Not as of yet. At least not as of yet. All right, Tracy. Will my surgery be approved? Ooh, I hope so. I hope so. Will your surgery be approved? The first thing that came to mind is it possibly being canceled because of the stuff that's going on, but not because of you. So that was like outside influences. But I want to see what the card says first. Will the surgery be approved? I think you will be approved. I think it might get interfered with is how I can best describe it. Okay, will the surgery get approved? There we go. What is this one? Knight of Wands. I'm going to stick to that statement. The Knight of Wands has this energy of off to the races, off to the way. So yeah, it'll be approved. The secondary feeling of it being interfered with just is see, what I'm feeling is that there's going to be duration. So it's like there's some more time that's going to be put onto it before you actually get to have the surgery. But it being approved, I don't see that being a problem. I don't see that being a problem at all. Yay. Thank you. All right. I'm 41, never married. Will I ever get married? Ooh, 41. Will you ever get married? Will you ever get married? Will you ever get married? I think you should marry yourself. Like go get an engagement ring for you. And then ask yourself to marry you. Like plan it and everything. Give yourself a nice dinner. Take yourself to a long walk along the beach or whatever you need to do. Ask yourself to marry you. There we go. Oh, King of Cups. I'm actually going to stick with that. The King of Cups is somebody that is a bit more heart-focused, heart-mastered, heart emotions. I feel like the more you heal yourself, the more you work on yourself, the more amazing you get, the more this amazing person is going to show up for you. So when you get married, I think as you get more into alignment with that, yeah, there's somebody out there that's waiting for you. That king is waiting for you, my dear. You really got me on overtime today, don't you? I just started seeing a guy in DC. Will we be long distance until I move there? Will we be able to be long distance until I move there? Just started seeing a guy in DC, huh? Okay. Just started seeing a guy in DC. Just started seeing a guy in DC. Let's see. Oops. There we go. All right. Will you be able to long distance until you get there? Let's see what this is. Okay, so the Nine of Swords, the reason I made that face is usually the Nine of Swords has those things that kind of keep us anxiety-ridden and up at night. Will you be able to long distance it? I don't think there's going to be enough trust here to make it successful as a long distance relationship. Like it has that anxiety attached to it. It's like once you get interested and then you get nervous kind of feel to it. So I think you very well could, or at least as of right now, if you do decide to continue to do the long distance, how can you exercise more trust, more faith in the relationship, more peace in that relationship instead of following down the rabbit hole of what is he talking, who is he talking to, what are they doing, who, all those, that rabbit hole that can sometimes show up. So you can, I just think the rabbit hole is going to show up and you might jump into it. All right, so I'm finally off work. All right, you all can find me here next week at 8 p.m. next Wednesday, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We'll be here come hell or high water, even though it might look like hell or high water, especially because I'm in Seattle, so it kind of is hell and high water right now. But can you and would you love to like and follow me here on Facebook? I love the opportunity to chat with you and talk with you about cards, about tarot things. I don't do readings in the comments without setting up an appointment. So I will always revert you there first if you need to, but you can always schedule with me directly here on this post, or you can schedule by going to my website directly. So feel free to set up an appointment if you have any questions that I can look into a little bit more in depthly. But yeah, you all share this, share the love, huh? And Etsy. Oh yes, and remember, hey, there's that promo code. Remember it? It's AVLOVE01. Use that promo code, and you can pick 20% off anything in that store. It'll be just for you. All Alrighty, well, thank you so much for allowing me to entertain you with my card slinging tonight. I appreciate you. Today is March 11th, 2020. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Take care of you all. And mwah, stay safe. Don't get sick. You'll be fine, okay? All right, bye-bye.